Welcome back to Whitt Acres. It's time to let the animals out. Birds, I hear ya. I hear ya, girls. Come on, Piper, Sammy, Bert, Snowballs, let's go. And get out of the way so the ducks can come through. Come on, Mumbles. Stay together now. Got everybody? All right, head down to the pond. Hey, Piper. Hey, Sus. You guys gonna go dig holes in my food forest? Yeah, I bet. Today we have a pretty beautiful sunny day. I have the rainwater harvest system back here unhooked from the hoses because we've been getting some freezing temperatures at night and I don't want anything to pop and break. So I gotta hook these back up so I can get some water down into the barn. Yeah. And we did get some rain. It gave me 75 gallons. I have this tank shut off, so it's only going into one tank right now. And I'm not sure what we have left in this tank. I don't have oh, it's about halfway. I painted this one completely black, so I should have left a clear spot like I did on that one so I could tell how much water's in there. But we still have plenty of water in here, so I'm gonna open this one up and it'll start feeding down into the barn. There we go. We had a pretty big gust of wind come through and it blew all the metal right off of my turkey hut. Part of the roof just blew off the turkey hut. That scared the ducks. I'm gonna have to do something a little different. With it being an overhang like that, it gets a ton of wind underneath it, so it just wasn't enough what I did. If you watch the channel, you know not all my builds work out, and whenever it fails, it's always a learning experience. Huh, Piper? What are you doing today? You gonna be helping? I gotta make sure I'm getting water into the barn here, and then the plan today is actually to go split some firewood. Nothing yet. It might have a frozen spot in it. Try and stretch it out here and let gravity help. There we go. What do you think, Dot? Today I'm also coming in here to clean out this side of the duck pen. This side I always clean out and I give them fresh water in their 2 bins here. And then they have a feeder there at night. The chickens are always hanging out in here during the day, but this side is the deep bedding. You can see it's a lot thicker. It's almost 10 inches thick right now behind those logs. And that'll help keep them warm. And as it keeps getting layered in there and it keeps breaking down, it'll actually start generating its own heat as it starts to compost. So I'll be giving this side a nice fresh layer, and then this side I'll be cleaning out completely and then giving it a fresh layer. I might get a time lapse of that, but you've seen me clean out that pen before. Puppy, what's going on? We getting any water? Must have ice in the hose. I thought I sloped the hose all the way down so this wouldn't happen. The ducks are making a ton of noise. They just found the compost pile. I really do love having all the animal sounds here. It's going real slow. I think it'll start melting the clog and go a little bit quicker, so I'm just gonna throw it in the tank. Should that work, Piper? Coming through, chickens, coming through, coming through. I'm coming out, Piper. Rufio, you gonna help split? Nope. Mumbles, you keep your flock safe, girl. You stay with them. Oh, Piper, you are gonna help. Today we're bringing the home into Homestead. Most videos were out at the barn, but today I need to get some firewood split. Piper, pull the pin. So our wood splitter's been broke for a few weeks now, and my brother just got it fixed. So I went up there today with the trailer and picked it up, brought it back down to the house. So while the splitter was broken, I actually had to cut up some of my pallet wood and use that in the fire. So I really want to get some logs split up now so I can save my pallet wood. My brother just stopped by for eggs and he fired it up so we could have it warm up and make sure it was still working, and now it's ready and we can start splitting. I got 6 or 7 logs here to get started. I put a tarp down here so we can collect all the mess. It looks like the birds are all happy and they're playing out in the field. Echo clap, it's time to work, not play, buddy. I wanted to get some smaller pieces because the fire's pretty much out right now, so I need to kindle it back together. So I'm not going to split them all this small, but I wanted to get this fire going again. We're gonna get these pieces in now so this can get going, and then we can split the rest. Alright, we'll see what that does in a little bit. How you doing, Pop? Good boy. Hey puppy, you coming to help? Yeah, you're a working dog. And that is all that we have cut right now and brought down, but I think this should get me through Christmas. With the tarp being down, I was able to collect all these wood chunks, and I'll be throwing those in the fire as well. We're having a nice little sunset out there right now. The ducks are still foraging out in the field. I think most of the chickens have gone back to the barn though. We'll check on Dizzy and the babies real quick, and then we'll finish up with the wood. Dizzy, how's it going in here, girl? I got the tarp up because we had a pretty nice day. Huh, you staying warm? Oh, your baby's staying warm? Huh, Dizzy? Yeah, Dizzy, you're being a good mother. I let Dizzy out this morning so she could stretch her wings and scratch around in the yard a little bit, but she wanted to come back and sit with her babies. I'm sure she's being all cooped up in here where she might want to get out, but she doesn't want to leave her babies, and it's too cold to give her that mini coop right now. I've been thinking about bringing down the little red mini coop for Dizzy and the babies, but I don't think I'm going to do that just yet. If I brought that down, I'd put the heat lamp up in the little mini coop part, and if Dizzy jumped down to the bottom, there's no way to keep them from jumping down to the bottom, and then they wouldn't have a way back up inside to the heat. And I just don't think they're big enough to use that mini coop just yet. So I'd rather just each day get Dizzy out of the mini coop so she can run around and stretch her legs, and then get back into the mini coop where she can stay with her babies. She's been doing pretty good in here with the babies, but she does scratch around and try and get to the bottom, and that just fills the whole feeder and the water up with these pine shavings. So I do try and get her outside where she can scratch around and get some of her energy out instead of just only being inside this little brooder. I was actually a little worried in the beginning when Dizzy first came and she had her crooked head. I was worried the other chicks might pick on her for being different, but she's never let that be a problem. She's actually a little boss chick whenever she's with all the other chicks. I'm not sure how it's going to be whenever she comes back to the flock, because now she's been away for over a week, and it'll be a bit longer before she goes back to the flock. She'll actually determine that. I'm going to let her stay with the babies as long as she wants to. So we're going to close this up for you, Dizzy. You just keep doing you. You're going to have to take my word for it. The babies are doing well. I don't want to have to lift her up just to show the babies. Looks like we have smoke coming out of the chimney. Let's see if the fire's going. All right. You always want to open these doors slow so you don't get a backdraft. Where there's smoke, there's fire. It must be cooking in there. It's not going too good yet. I'm going to throw some of these smaller pieces of bark in. Then check the ash drawers. Make sure it's getting airflow. All right, the fire should be good. Now we just have to clean up. Got stuck there on that little ledge. Those wheels don't turn like they used to. We got all the wood split and everything cleaned up. Job done. Fire going. Huh, Pup? What'd you find? You got a chicken head. Where'd you get a chicken head, Pup? What are you doing? It looks like the ducks are on their way into the barn as well. I didn't get their pen cleaned out and they're already going in there, so I don't think I'm getting that done tonight. I'll still go in there and give them some fresh hay tonight, but I'll probably clean their pen tomorrow. Hey look, Pup, the geysers going. Oh, and I almost forgot, my brother did bring down the wood that I'm planning on using to make my 2 pasture gates up there at the barn. So I just have to settle on a design and then we're going to be starting those. That is the symbol of success right there. I had a long day getting to this point. I had to go up to my brother's and pick up the splitters, so I needed the trailer to do that. And the trailer actually had some metal grates on it that I needed to get off with the backhoe, but I needed to put the forks on the backhoe to then go and get the grates off. But I needed to move the trailer with my truck, so I had access with the forks on the backhoe. I got all the grates unloaded, and then I went up to my brother's and picked up the splitter and brought that down. So then we had to split the wood, get it into the fire, and it was a whole process today. But it's been a full day, and I feel accomplished. So that's going to be all for this one. It's time for me and Echo to go up and close the barn. So if you want to follow along, make sure to subscribe down below. Hit that like button before you leave, and you can see me and Echo on the next one. Thanks for watching. Oh boy.